So people are gonna disappoint you in life, and that really resonated with me. Felt like that brought it home. As you know, humanity, we are social creatures by nature, and if you think about it, it goes all the way back to like our ancestors. So think back to when like our ancestors pretty much were grouped into tribes and they worked together in order to survive. Which brings back in today's point where I could see how people get disappointed when other people bring you down in today's society. And honestly, in that scenario, your trust is pretty much broken, and it's gonna be hard for you to really like you're gonna be hesitant on relying on these people again. Now, on the other hand, figure out within yourself if that's like really like an overly dramatic disappointment, or if this is like previous, like past disappointments. And not for nothing, this is why I meditate, guys. Like, even if you do like about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes a day of just starting out on meditating, you will come to terms on what exactly is bothering you within yourself and how to solve it. And I just like I can tell you a few examples on my end, my experience, where I was going through something at work and I felt like, you know, oh my god, like maybe I'm not doing good at my job, maybe I'll get fired, or I quit, or whatever. And when I meditated about it, it did take, you know, a couple of times to really sit down within myself to be like, well, was it really my fault? Is there something I could do about it? How can I approach this? And ideas just start popping into my head, and I just let it flow as I meditate. A lot of people think that you're not supposed to think of anything. I think that's the wrong thing. When you meditate, you actually think of everything. Like, everything just comes out of nowhere, and somehow you'll find your answer within. Of course, meditation does take time for others, but everyone's different, and it did take me about, I want to say roughly like 2 months to really sit down and stay very disciplined. I have been meditating for about 5 years now. My first 2 years was on and off. Now I do it religiously, whether it's in the morning or in the evening or the afternoon, but I do try to find it at least once a day. So really look in within yourself and see if it's like you asking for too much from this person, or maybe it's not, but it's definitely a key factor to keep in the back of your mind for meditation. But it's good to not, like, I know, let me word this correctly. Obviously, it's good to realize that you're upset. But don't just necessarily jump to the gun that, oh, it's her fault or his fault because so and so and this, and like he let me down, I'm never gonna talk to him again or her again. And it's like, that's not what life's about, and that's not really how you should approach things. Understand that things do take time to unfold, even if it's for you or the other person. Also, come to terms that if this person has previously made this mistake, and it just happens frequently, and you know, now after a while it's just way too many, how many chances do you give somebody? Either you politely remove them out of your life, or if you have to be firm and stern, you can still be polite about that, or you just keep your distance with that person. So you have to know what kind of person you're kind of dealing with when you are disappointed. Another key factor for meditation, I just want to say, is that I could be thinking about something in the past that happened, and it would help me kind of resolve something in the present. For example, you may be may have gone through like childhood trauma or like some really bad past experience that really kind of creates this type of person about you. And if you have past, like, you know, problems, you may be very hesitant to anybody that has ever crossed you in that way. To get to the end point, always ask yourself if it's something you can kind of move on from, or is it something that you kind of need clarity about. You know, try to find that, because that's where you can just have a balance of a happy medium instead of sticking on a negative side or a confused side or whatever. And on a side note of meditation, let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see a meditation video. I would love to show one. I personally love it. I'll show you a little bit of what I do, what music I play, suggestions, recommendations, any of that shenanigans. Also, sometimes like some of these disappointments and issues that you have can be resolved within yourself. I don't know, for example, let's say you want to go to like the movies with your friend and then they last minute cancel, and you know, you're a little upset about that, you're disappointed, but you wind up going by yourself. And to me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with going to the movies by yourself. I do it often. Maybe like once a month I treat myself to a movie, because sometimes I can't find people that will like the same movie. Two, my friends and I do have different schedules, and some of them are not in the same state as me anymore. Three, I do like my alone time, and sometimes my self-care has to do with me just taking myself out to the movies, and if it makes me happy, you should do it too. So always try to find a healthy scenario. You never know if your friend really cares or not, or family member, whoever it is that you're going through really cares or not, maybe have forgotten, or is really going through something. Always see the good in somebody, whether it wasn't their good intentions. Always try to be on the positive side of things. According to Harvard Business Review, and I'm gonna read it off to you because I just want to read word for word on what they quoted in the article, and if you're kind of curious about the article below of where I found it, I will place it below in the description, so that way there's some clarity there and you don't think I'm making this up. Some people, according to Harvard Business Review, quote, "Some people seek to avoid disappointment by turning into underachievers. They unconsciously set the bar low and avoid taking risk to prevent themselves or others from being disappointed." Quoted. Actually, that is some people that don't even realize it, and I never thought of it that way, because some people are very blind to the fact of even disappointing you. Like, they don't even think about the small things you may even think about. But to go back into this quote, this individual, particularly in this quote, will leave kind of like an unfulfilling lifestyle, and in the end, they will find disappointments or be disappointed in themselves. However, on the other side of the coin, there are individuals that avoid disappointment overall because they set their bar way too high. And I used to be one of those people. However, that type of person and that type of like bar that's so high will leave you to like more of unrealistic goals, and that's just not gonna work out for you in the long run. And if it doesn't work out in the long run, that leads you into disappointment in the end. So look at it this way, the upscale of disappointment will kind of make you see like the values of your morals and belief on how people treat you and your time, and what we want in others to continue happiness. So that's all I have for you today, guys, and I just want to let you know that thank you for your time, thank you for watching this video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, that little thumbs up guy. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I am gonna probably be making a shoe fitting video for the next one. Stay tuned for that, for all my foot mythology people. I was thinking about splitting the channel into two, one for foot and one for like self-development, but I don't think you guys understand, like, the foot mythology education wise really does go into creating small happiness, because that's really helping you with mobility. So I just kind of want to clear the air on that. But I do hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy it. Take care. I love you guys. Peace.